Hello worlds, today I'm here to talk on a rather particular topic. So I was having issues with my laptop, which I will demonstrate in this video. I'll show you what my problem was.
It'd be nice if you could stop throttling my laptop, please. See, look at how slow this moves. There's nothing wrong with the mouse input. There's no lag going on there. It's literally just you're trying to scroll and it's just taking forever. Stop throttling my laptop, please.
So I thought someone was attacking me, like hacking me and adding throttleware to my machine instance. That wasn't the case. The comments on this video weren't quite accurate either. If I go to the comments here, how do I do this? Where are these comments? The comments say that the program that I was using is resource intensive, which is why I was going slow. Another person just tries to tell me to get a new laptop. And another person says stop trying to use a laptop like a desktop computer. So all of those comments are actually wrong. Not to the point that, like, I'm sure they were doing their best. But, so, alright, so I made another video when my laptop was not getting throttled, and here's what it looks like.
So yeah, just by the way, this is what my laptop looks like when it's not getting throttled. Absolutely no problem with scrolling. And we're on 120 FPS in 4K, and it's not even on performance mode. It's crystal clear and fluid. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
So that's what it's supposed to look like, right? Same laptop. And I wasn't happy about it. I eventually found what the problem was. Let me show you my current setup. So this is the laptop, right? This is the power cable that's plugged into it. Currently, I don't have the battery plugged into the bottom of my laptop. The situation was I tried to replace the battery. I accidentally touched two pins together when I wasn't supposed to. And now I've got to repair the motherboard before I can put a new battery in. That's sort of the situation. But that doesn't stop the laptop from running. What the actual issue is, let me go to this one. I'll show you.
I found out what the problem was with my laptop, why it was getting incredibly throttled. It's actually because there's something wrong with this power adapter. And only on Windows does it show that the connection is poor. So like if
So the issue specifically here is that when I also replaced the adapter jack because it snapped. So yeah, there's sort of two things going on. There's no battery, and I replaced the ejector jack. Adapter jack. So, partially my bad for doing maybe it was some bad soldering for the adapter jack. But the thing is, Ubuntu, the software that I'm using, doesn't have this built-in warning that shows up. So in Windows, this warning will show up when you don't have enough power going into your laptop. So I was wiggling the switch around until that little power warning went away. And then I made this video asking if Ubuntu devs can add something similar to Ubuntu. But now I've worked with Google Gemini to create this little thing right here, which should hopefully help me out a little bit. So if this interests you, end this video here. If you want to see how I set this up, then continue watching. So this is apparently supposed to go red when I've wiggled the adapter into the wrong position. So this is sort of resizable. You can minimize it just to show power connected, or it'll should say like power issue. So yeah, if you're interested in setting up, like if you ever experience a problem like this in Ubuntu in future, I'm about to give you some steps on how to set it up. So let's get straight to it. Basically, So there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 steps in setting this up. So if you want to set this up, I'll leave these steps in the description. Step 1 is you need to install something called Python 3 TK. So the command for that is apt install Python 3 TK. Just like this. If you're not a Ubuntu user, don't freak out. Just go use Windows. That's the first step. In fact, let's run through these steps. So let's install this. I've already got this installed. So it'll still work. So run this command, if it'll focus. Python 3 TK. It'll look something like, hold on. Looks something like this. So it'll install that program. And you're done now. You can skip ahead. Any day now. Come on. Come on. Any day now. Why is this being slow? Oh, there it is. I've already installed the newest version. Okay, that's our first command. So we're installing, it's just this program here called Python 3 TK. Step 1 complete. Step 2 looks like this. What this does is this here is basically a script which creates that little screen up there that I was showing you before. I just copied this code from Gemini. I don't actually have the expertise to write this program myself, but I'll leave it in the description if you want to use it. So copy this, clear, and then we're just going to paste this in. To do that, you'd use Control-Shift-V, and then enter. So what that did is created a file basically. So it put all this content into a file stored in just there. So it created that file just there and it put all this code into it. Step 2 is done. Step 3 looks like this. So we run these commands. This kills the process if it's already running. This makes sure that it's able to be executed, and then this runs the program. So let's copy this, clear this again, Control-Shift-V, and just hit enter. Yep. Why did my camera close? Sorry about that. Clear. Control-Shift-V, enter. Yeah, so it opens this little screen. Hopefully, I haven't really tested it. I'm not all too keen to start wiggling this adapter around because then everything just grinds to a halt. It just slows down. Like it's about 1/20th of the speed of what it should be if it's not in the right spot. So we've got this. That's step 3 done. Step 4, all we're doing is we're making it so that this will automatically start up when Ubuntu starts up. Step 4 looks like this. So this just creates an auto start program. I'm gonna close this, clear it again. Control Shift V, enter. So that'll make it so that now when I log on, and let's test it actually. So let's log out and log back in and see if it works. Logged out. Log back in. And Daniel. Any day now. There we go. And it starts off with the computer. The last step, I'll just show you what the last step is for. Yeah, so there's only 4 steps to this. The only other thing that you can do with this is there's an optional step which I'm going to show you, and then that's it for this. Is just, let me just open that up real quick. So Gemini gave me some steps. I go into my equals OS tutorials. I go into my power adapter tutorial. I go into the steps and the optional step just here. What this one does is it allows you to just test to see like what happens if your laptop does lose power. So let's test what this does. All right, so in this, we're gonna open up 2 separate terminals. We're going to run this first command. What this first command does is it copies everything from our script file that we've created into like a temporary, like a hacked version. So we're gonna paste that one. And oh yeah, so here's our new hacked version. Let's go with both these. Okay, try again. So this opens our little hacked version. Then we're gonna run this command here, and what this should do is it should make it red. So it should basically force the program to think that your power adapter has failed. Oh my gosh, that used to be easy for me. So make your program think that the power adapter is failed, and we put this in the terminal number 2. Paste, and then there we go. There we go. And then likewise, we can enter this one here. Should put it back to the way it was. Cool. And then there's a cleanup step which just says get rid of the temp file, put it back to the one we created earlier. So I'm just going to run that. Close this one, we don't need this anymore. And then we'll go back to our original step, which just makes sure this runs. This is not going to affect the auto startup, so auto startup is already set up. Hold on. Auto startup's already set up. Paste. Back to there it is. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been informative and helpful. All of you have an awesome day. Bye bye.